machine, you're never going to want to go back. It's a one-way door. Your computers are going to be this way, and you'll never go back.
Leander Caney is the editor of the blog Cult of Mac and the author of the book Inside Steve's Brain.
Xerox had invented the entire paradigm of modern computing, but they had no idea what they were sitting on.
But Jobs did. He wanted to bring the graphical user interface to Apple Computer. But first, he had to deal with a power shift going on inside Apple. The Apple board of directors wanted an experienced executive to be president of the company. Jobs interviewed dozens of candidates before he focused on someone from outside the tech world, Pepsi CEO John Scully.
Steve, in those days, he had long black hair and very piercing palmetto berry eyes. He looked down at his running shoes, and then he looked up at me, and he said, "Do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life, or do you want to come with me and change the world?" And it was like someone just knocked the wind out of my stomach. A few weeks later, I was working at Apple.
For Apple Computer to thrive, they also needed another successful product. Jobs thought he had it in a powerful business computer called the Lisa. But the Apple board of directors refused to give him the project. Jobs threw himself into another project, the Macintosh. He felt this would break open the market.
Or rather, to characterize Steve's brain properly, or rather, the market ought to break open, if the market had any sense.
He set up shop in an outlying building in the Apple complex, and his intense drive began to take its toll on the Mac team.
People would bring him work to look at. It would be 1 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes Steve said, "I'm not even going to look at it." And they, "Well, Steve, I've worked on this thing for 25 hours. And he said, "I know, but it's not good enough. Go back and work on it some more."
Some of them just wound up just quitting in disgust. Some of them wound up saying they'd never work for Steve again. They just couldn't.
When the exhausted team finished, they had a revolutionary new computer.
Many of us have been working on Macintosh for over 2 years now, and it has turned out insanely great.
Guy Kawasaki was the software evangelist on the original Mac.
Like 60 seconds after I saw the demo of Macintosh, it was so cool.
It was supposed to be the computer that tamed the complexity of everything associated with the world of computing to make it available, as Steve would say, for mere mortals.
With his intuitive marketing sense, Jobs unveiled the Mac with a spellbinding commercial aimed at IBM, the leader in computers. It aired nationally only once, on Super Bowl Sunday in January of 1984, but the impact was explosive.